Hi everybody, this is Tanya Gutierrez, founder of Mat&Kitchen.com, and this is my vlog for today. My family and I are traveling for the next 12 months. Our blog is Wenomadwehappy.com. Two young boys, mom and dad, both working online on the road as we go. So our first stop is Madrid, Spain, and these are kind of turning into the what I learned, daily diary entries. So hopefully it's interesting and entertaining and you learn something, and if there's things that you want answered and sought out, then let me know. Part of this is, I teach fitness and wellness and lifestyle, and seeing how other people approach it across the globe, and then seeing the things that we find comforting and useful in our fitness and wellness and our food and workouts at home, and how we can find them in other places, how easily accessible it is, how cost effective it is. So today's entry and share is that yesterday we're back in a big city, right? So we've lived in LA, Austin, and New York. We spent the last 2 years in Austin, Texas. And so when we got to Madrid, it really wasn't much culture shock. So everybody's like, is it so different? And we're like, no, but only because we lived in New York. So I think because we lived in New York, like the crazy pace, the walking, the stairs, the groceries, the carry, all of that seems like home actually, and is really happy and familiar for all of us. But with a city and with little kids, I kind of forgot a couple of things. That one, our kids are very curious, they're very active, and they're into everything and scared of nothing, which is great, right? But in a city, you got to calm down. You got to look for your surroundings. You got to look for cars. You got to look for bikes and other people, and subways. And you got to be more calm and take a step back to navigate. So we've had a lot of conversation with the boys about that, and it's been constant reminders of, we don't want you to get hurt, right? That's the big deal. And so yesterday was a little universal lesson of mom and dad can say it over and over and over and over and over, but nothing teaches you like really experiencing it. So we're also on different time, like right for the first 2 weeks we're on vacations. We're packing a lot into our days before we really start homeschooling and work and schedules, and we like to go. So we're doing a lot, and the littles do get tired, and we're carrying and we're taking pauses and breaks, but it's different. We're also letting there be a lot more gelato, so more sugar in their systems than we usually do, and that's different for them. So at lunch yesterday, we had a great lunch. Sam got out of his seat. I asked him to sit down. He wanted to see what we were looking at on the phone, would have showed it to him, but he's running around the table, totally tripped, and took a header into the table next to us, a metal table. So he's 4, hasn't had any major injuries yet, right? And sliced right through here. Well, it was like the awful moment of hearing the thud. The table across from us was like a family and was like, sanguine, like there was blood. The other table was translating for us. We're asking for ice. My husband speaks more Spanish than I do and is getting back to his fluency, but I'm really rough, and so like the quickness doesn't come. And so it was really scary. We're like, oh my God, is he gonna have, stitches in Madrid as a souvenir? And so he's bleeding, he's got it all over his hands, our lovely lunch. Got to carry him down 3 flights of stairs to the bathroom. And I just have to express that Madrid is like the warmest, most friendly place on the planet that I have ever been. Now that may change in our travels, but there is a warmth to it and a realness and a grittiness, and they don't care if you speak the language or not, and they totally hop in the boat with you. So they were hyper aware in this really loving way. I walked downstairs with Milo and Sam, both boys crying, scared to death because they didn't know what was going on. There's blood, scary. And one, somebody had brought us ice already. We go down the stairs, another employee brings us, betadine and cotton to clean it up. Another person comes to visit and check on us, but it wasn't like this weird, panic, are they gonna sue us? Do they have to sign something? Get out of the bathroom, there's kids screaming. No, it was so loving and sweet and calm, and let the mama bear take care of it. Let's get her what she needs. Do you need Band-Aids? Are you okay? Need extra ice cream kind of thing? We didn't, but it was just really lovely. So to me, it was this incredible example of the city that if you're interested in coming to Madrid, just do it. If you speak the language or not, you're gonna get a few people who get irritated by it, but for the most part, it's so lovely. And everybody's like, what does it feel like? Apparently August is the quietest month to be here. It's very quiet. There's not a lot of foot traffic. It's a great time to come and get adjusted to it. Lots of open spaces and time. I imagine in September, which everybody said, it's more like New York. It's crazy busy and really dense. But come and visit. It's like a hug of a city. Honestly, me and hugs, 8 hugs a day. and I really just want to stay. I have to say, it's just this really warm community in the boat. Stuff happens, we all hop in to help, and it is unreal. So it was a great lesson for the boys of, listen, calm down, settle down, we're not in a hurry, we're exploring, we're adventuring, but when you're not being aware and when you're tired and hurrying through things, these are the kinds of things that can happen. So it was a great lesson for both of them. He did not need stitches. Mama had a Band-Aid. We let it sit, and he may have a kind of kick-ass scar above his eye, but he did great. And we skipped the museum yesterday, went today, and that's what I learned, is that you kind of panic in another country and go, oh, do I have to go to the hospital? What's happening? Do I communicate? Like, they just saw what was going on and helped, honestly. Even if Mateo had not been there to translate some, like, it was still that hyper moment of parenting of, like, you're tending to the kid, you're not really talking a whole lot, and it was a beautiful experience. So that's what I learned yesterday. It's kind of calmed down, so I wanted to share it with you today. And I thought, is this important to share? Is it not? And I thought, yeah, because it really was this moment of, like, I really wanted to cry and hug everybody, because when your kids are hurt or the people you love are sick, like, you just want people to help. And I think that sometimes my experience in the United States is that everybody gets hyper, or backs off, or it's just not everybody stands still. And here it was like there was no fear, just like soothe the kiddo, help him out, move on, no big deal. So that's what I learned this week. If you want to follow more of our shenanigans, you can follow Mat&Kitchen, me, on Instagram, Mat&Kitchen on Facebook, or the blog that my husband and boys are heading up, which is Wenomadwehappy.com. I'll see you later. Bye.